Hey, Bennett, we're super excited to have you here and tell us a little bit about how long you've been in solar, your role, and your day to day.
Yeah, so I've been doing solar for the last 5 years now, and I started off as a rep and then got promoted about a year in. So it was 2021. I got promoted, and yeah, I've been installing at a high clip for the last 5 years, and it's been a lot of fun.
Epic. And you're actually a top 15 installer company wide out of 4,500 reps for Sunrun. Is that right? 3 years in a row?
Yep, 3 years in a row, baby. Let's go.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's definitely quite the achievement. And how many quarters have you hit franchise, the company's highest level? You probably lost count by now.
Yeah, I mean, I think 13 or 14
Oh my
times. Yeah,
gosh.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane, man. So obviously when you first started, you weren't quite hitting those numbers. And tell us a little bit more about like prior to service, how much time working with us, how much time were you spending on admin and about how many deals were you getting or installs were you closing per quarter prior to starting?
Yeah, yeah, I was doing about like 9 to 12,
Hmm.
and then I was doing a lot of admin work, and I quickly realized how much time it was taking away from me, and time that I could have been spent prospecting, closing new deals, and even just my state. Like I noticed when I was focusing so much on back end issues, it would really hinder my ability to go out and stay focused on the doors. And so now that, I don't have to worry about that stuff, I mean, it frees up a ton of my time is better spent on the 20% now of like the things that actually move the business and the things that move the sales. And so, yeah, I wouldn't do solar without the program, honestly.
Amazing. That's really, really amazing to hear. So it sounds like it was pretty stressful, painful, and kind of demoralizing when you had to do all that work instead of focus on what you're good at, selling.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was spending probably an hour a night. I would be knocking till 8, and then I'd spend 8 to 9 working on all my back end stuff. And I realized that like quality of life was diminishing for sure. My ability to be with my friends, be with my partner, like it didn't matter. Like I was doing so much other stuff. And so I realized like if I wanted to live a higher quality life, it really came down to delegating the stuff that it wasn't important for me to do.
Amazing. So you're doing about 9 to 12 installs per quarter before the program. And then how many installs? You said you hit franchise 13 quarters in a row. How many installs in a quarter is that?
That's 25 installs.
So what would you say the difference is in how much money you were making before working with our program and afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, I went from making 300 grand my first year to clearing right around 1 million, and then it's progressively gone up
Oh,
since then. So,
holy
yeah,
smokes. So over a 3x return while working with the program.
yeah, yeah, it's been huge. It's been huge, and I think like the financial stuff is awesome, and it's clearly grown. And I think the reason why the program is so effective is if you use your time wisely and you're focused on going to the next level, you'll have that extra time to actually focus on those things. Like, and I'm sure for people that aren't using the program, they can look internally and say, how much time do I actually spend on this stuff? And how much money is that actually costing you? So yeah, it's crazy. I can't imagine, not having your program. Honestly, it's crazy.
Appreciate that. What would you say to somebody who's on the fence about investing in an assistant?
I mean, dude, go look for another job. Like at the end of the day, you're running a business, and I think every successful business owner, ask them how much time they spend on admin work, and they'll tell you none. It's easier to delegate that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And what would you say to somebody who says, yeah, this all sounds great, but I can handle everything right now. I got to get my volume up first before hiring an assistant.
Yeah, your volume won't go up. You're pushing the decision you need to make today to a later day. And if you make decisions based off of that, you're going to stay in the same spot. I've always been inclined to invest early into myself because I know that the return is always going to pay for itself. And I feel like if you have that belief going into it, like it's going to help you out quite a bit. It would be like if you said, I'm not going to practice my pitch until I start to do better. It's like, you're never going to do better.
Yeah, totally true. Yeah, well, we've absolutely loved working with you, Bennett. You've been with us for what, almost 4 years now, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been
Amazing.
awesome.
Amazing. And you've worked with a couple different assistants throughout the process, and they've all been very good.
Yeah, and I will say one thing too. At a period of time, I thought I could hire my own assistant and to train them. And I will tell you, it was the biggest waste of time and money I've ever spent. It was the most stressful 2.5 months. And I realized, why the hell am I paying for this when I have this program that does a better job? So yeah, that's just my final thoughts on that.
I remember that period. Yep, you came back pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, Bennett. Well, thank you so much, man. It's been amazing working with you and seeing you progress throughout the company and going from, being a street hustler to now managing an office and managing your own office and a whole team underneath you and seeing your income 3x and seeing your a lot of your dreams come through and seeing you be super happy. It's been awesome to be part of that journey.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it, dude.
Awesome. Thank you.